All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 741. I'm your host, GPD, here in Long Island, New York, and announcing for the first time, now available, Wombat 2.
Hooray for Wombat 2?
It was an Overwatch. It was an Overwatch 2 reference. You didn't get it. We can move right past it.
You know what? You're number 20,000 in line. And when you get back, I'll have a better.
There you go. Thank you. We got there.
The strong reference to the number 2 there, GP. Mm-hmm. I can't believe either Wombat or I picked up on that.
Oh, all right. I mean, that was sort of like the big gaming news last day.
I don't know. I like Shipwreck's joke better.
But I don't get it.
It's all, nobody's getting anything. It's fine.
Perfect.
It's okay.
Move on.
Welcome to the show. We haven't missed a beat since we've been gone for over 2 weeks.
I think it was just the 1 week off, but sure.
Right. It seems like it could have been 2 weeks, though. And it would have been okay. Anyway, how's everybody doing?
I'll pretend my feelings aren't hurt.
What?
Fine. Today was Yom Kippur. We all fasted, but we've all eaten.
Why? I have a question. What's the point of fasting if you're going to play Overwatch also in the same day?
I don't understand your point. The whole point.
I mean, the point of the fasting is to show the respect for the holiday and all that stuff. But if you're just going to go and play video games, shouldn't you might as well just eat something also?
No, I
don't think so.
No, because the whole point is the fasting.
That's
literally it.
I thought it's about, but isn't the point of the fasting is about respecting the holiday? Shipwreck, what are your thoughts?
It's about reflecting on the day.
Right.
I don't understand how.
So can you reflect on the day while you're playing Overwatch is what I'm saying.
Well, I never got a chance to play it anyway. So isn't that
that was God. God was like, this guy's fucking, he's going to not eat anything, but he's going to try to play video games. I'm not going to allow it. Not on my watch.
I don't know. I don't see
Overwatch,
where it says I'm
not on my Overwatch.
Not on my. I don't see where it's written. If you can show me in the Bible where it says "Thou shalt not reflect whilst playing video games," then I'll recant my whatever.
I would like to hear from our Jewish audience members on their thoughts in the CAG bag for next week.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a rabbi, we'll really highlight your message. So you didn't even get to play. All right. Well, we'll talk about Overwatch 2 later. I know we're very heavy with the Overwatch 2 up front, but Shipwreck, what have you been up to? You been fasting?
No, I've not been fasting.
Me neither.
Been eating. How about an ad from HelloFresh?
Yes.
Yeah, not this week.
Oh, okay. I forgot to I forgot to choose my HelloFresh. God damn it.
I hate it when that happens. It does happen.
I know. Well, I'll do it later. Hopefully I'll remember.
Mm-hmm.
Remind me in an hour to get HelloFresh done.
Oh, that reminds me. It's the other thing I did since the last show. I got a new phone. I got the iPhone 14. It's fine.
Great review. Thanks for sharing that with us.
It's a phone. It does phone things. I like that it has a magnet on the back. It's like got the little magnet pop socket. Wait, can I do this? Here we go. See?
Nice.
You can pull that off. Bloop.
Yep.
Instead of a sticker. That's about it. That's about the coolest thing it does.
My wife got the Max, not the Max, the Pro, 14 Pro, and the camera's ridiculous. Like, it takes great pictures of your weed close up. It's just out of control. I gotta get one of those.
Yeah, I don't need to take pictures of anything, so
right.
I'm fine with what I got. Otherwise,
wait, you don't take pictures of anything?
Nope.
You just go through life not taking pictures.
Yep. It's a rule. It's a Jew thing. You wouldn't understand.
Are you fasting on the pictures?
Is that what it is?
It's a pick fasting. Actually, I did sign up for the Be Real app.
I don't wait. Do you? I mean, okay.
What's the Be Real?
Yes.
Be Real
from Cypress Hill.
Is it? I have no idea.
Yeah, he's the.
I mean, I don't know if you're making a joke or if you're serious because it could go either way. Be Real is an app where once a day you get a notification and you have 2 minutes to take a picture and post it to Be Real. and it's the only social post you're allowed to make on that app all day.
I don't take any pictures, but I take pictures for this app that you've never heard of.
That's what I'm saying. That's what made me think of it when I made the I don't take any pictures, because that was a joke. Of course, I take pictures of things.
Oh,
but anyway.
But you also participate in this other thing that's making you take pictures for no reason.
Yeah, you take a picture for no reason of yourself once a day, wherever you are. Although I didn't do it today because I was in the bathroom and I felt like that would be not
that's
cool.
The whole fucking point of it, dude. That's the jackpot is when it pings you when you're in the bathroom.
When you're pooping, I know.
But hopefully you're in mid-wipe.
Like you're looking at other people's pictures then too? And
it sounds like the dumbest.
You got a notification.
Is this owned by China?
Too.
Is this owned by some Chinese company and they're just like scraping all your shit?
You mean like everything else on my phone? Is it owned by some Chinese company?
I don't know. What do you got on your phone?
Everything else.
Oh,
everything's owned by some Chinese company.
Is this like the anti-social media that's just supposed to show how mundane everybody's lives are?
Yes, that is the whole point.
That's the whole point
is that you don't have time to pretend that you're doing something exciting because everybody only has the same 2-minute.
You have a timer and then your phone starts smoking.
Sounds
What's
like
happening here?
No, you just can't upload anything to the app after that. Outside of that 2-minute window.
They can't give me my picture that no one's gonna see. I think Be Real.
I have 5 friends on the Be Real app, so no, not a lot of people are seeing my pictures. I've only had it for 2 days.
Be Real from Cypress Hill would not be involved in any of this bullshit, so I'm sure it's not him.
I thought it was funny. It was a part. I only found out about it because it was a part of an SNL sketch, and I thought it was fake. And then I found out it was real, and I'm like, "There's no way this is real." And now I've had it for 3 days.
It's Be Real.
It's Be Real. And
sounds like a shitty sponsored.
I'm just saying. I'm making conversation.
Thank you.
And getting made fun of at the same time.
That's my favorite kind.
Yeah, it's pretty much what the show is about.
Yes.
So.
Well, you bring it upon yourself when you offer up that you're doing this app called Be Real, and you
which, according to the chat, is French, not Chinese.
French. Okay. Good.
Mm-hmm. I'm saying if you guys download it, we could share pictures.
I'm not doing that at all. That's the last thing I'm doing.
In the 2-minute window.
That's so weird. I feel like that I'm working for that app. It's like, okay, you have 2 minutes to get your job done for the day, and are you going to be able to get your job done or not? And
or you just get the alert and you're like, oh, not today, and put the phone back in your pocket.
I don't know, or not ever.
I'm just saying,
go for not ever.
It's not like a job, but okay.
Shipwreck, can you just text Wombat at a random time tomorrow and have him send you a picture of himself, wherever he is? Wouldn't that be better? No, it wouldn't be better. It would be just as good, though. It wouldn't be worse. Anyway, how about some show feedback? This could be worse.
Wait. Is it the same time every day?
Yeah. No, it's a different time every day.
It's never at like 3 in the morning, though, right?
I've never gotten one at 3. Again, I've only had the app for 2 whole days.
We'll have to hear. We'll have to get an update next week.
Yeah, it's not like I've been using this for months, and I'm like, yeah, and I have this whole network, and it's great. I've had it for a couple of days. I think it's. But
silly. What's the upside? Like, what's the best case scenario?
Oh, something fun to do to break up a day that might be boring. Maybe. I don't
know. No, doesn't sound like it. I don't think that's it. I
don't know.
Maybe
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I don't work for them. I don't know what their marketing plan is.
It sounds like you are working for them.
Mm-hmm. He's home working for them. I got hats. I got shirts.
Right. Now we're finally being real.
I got laptop stickers.
Right. All the big money items that one can make a living off of.
Anyway,
how about some show feedback?
Sure.
That's the real
Idiot
money
Man 09 says, I would ship on the confusion.
Idiot Man 09. Idiot Man 09.
Idiot Man 09.
Right.
Says he's would ship on the confusion in the recycling in New York. This is from over a week ago.
Well, he's an idiot, man.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, recycling isn't as prevalent in many parts of the country. As someone who has never fainted, at least in my recollection, I would have told them to. This is a response to Cheapy getting.
You read these before
shots.
You put them on. Instead of taking the pictures of yourself at 3:00, maybe just read this thing that you.
He goes right into the next thought. Anyway,
okay.
I would have told him to ambulance my ass out of the Walgreens if it happened to me. So, have there been any other incidents with shots since the last show, GB?
No, I'm not getting any more shots in the near future. But the
What if
point
your phone
was
told you to get a shot like every day.
who?
If your phone.
What app is that? Get fucked. Yeah, I knew what it was. I knew it was a panic attack. I've had enough of them. So when they asked me if I was okay, I knew that I felt fucking horrible, but I knew that, like, in theory I was okay, and I did not need to get my ass out of there. So hopefully I would know that I would not be okay and would ask for an ambulance in the situation that required one. But I was pretty confident I was okay. But I looked very bad, apparently. Mrs. Chibi will still bring up that I looked like I was dead. That was a different color. Anyway, what else?
I'm posting that on Be Real. Maybe.
Hold on, I'm fine. And also my phone's burning. Could someone just get my phone? I only got like 30 seconds left. Anyway, is there any? Did you read the second part of this or no?
I did. I didn't know
cool.
if it was worth. If it was interesting. He just thinks I should give Deathloop a second chance, which I have not.
I disagree.
There you go. This was the only comment on the show thread.
Cool. Should we do some watch this jerks?
Yes, I'm very curious to know about this thing on the top here. I assume you saw it, GB.
Yes. I watched the new Fletch movie starring John Hamm and John Hamm. It was not that great, I gotta be honest. As a big fan of the original Fletch, it was serviceable. He was good. He did a great job as a Fletch, I guess. Like, he seemed to be doing like a good Chevy Chase impersonation, but without like that Chevy Chase persona that was so big back then, where he could just look make a look at the camera and you would laugh. John Hamm is maybe a great actor, but I don't know that he's like a Chevy Chase in the 80s level comedian. And also, like, the script isn't that great.
This is such a weird release anyway.
It's very weird. But he said, I heard all about it on Stern, and apparently it was very difficult to get the movie made. And then it came out after that he paid like half of his salary back into the movie to film like for another few days or something like that. Because to finish the movie, because they had a really hard time getting money to make it, and nobody wants to put up their own money because it's just so risky and so much money. Even like a movie like that probably cost way too much money. Way too much money.
Like $10 million minimum.
There was a great product placement though. He wants to rent a fancy car in the movie to look like he's a fancy pants. And he rents an Audi RS7, which is like a super fancy car that you can be very difficult to. He goes into like a enterprise exotic place. I don't know that you could actually rent one. Anyway, that was like the second star of the movie. It was John Hamm and the Audi RS7. That's really what I took away from the movie mostly.
On my watch list. I
for free, you should check it out for sure.
Yeah, I'll add that to a watch. I think it came in maybe an hour 45 or something like that.
The time was great. The running time was great. The $20 to watch it was not. I think I paid $20. Maybe it was, I don't know. Maybe it was $7. I feel like
isn't this on just something to watch?
No, it's you have to pay like.
Yeah, I think you had to pay 20. I think like it was a really. It was
thank you.
As I did it like partly so we could talk about it on the show.
Theater at home rentals.
Yeah, and partly because I'm a big Fletch fan, and also his interview on Stern was so good. I listened to it like 2 or 3 times. I felt like I could throw him $20 and watch the movie and learn a little bit more.
That will stay on my watch list until
free.
It is at home.
It's interesting to see how he does Fletch, and how I guess it's pretty hard to do Fletch. What else we got here?
I watched Vengeance. Have you? Do you know what that is, GB?
No.
That's an indie movie. It's like I would call it, I guess, a dark comedy, written and directed by and starring BJ Novak.
Okay, from The
Office. Yeah.
So it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good movie that you would enjoy. That is also under 2 hours. It's pretty quick. There's a lot of in jokes about, podcast culture, which also, are funny.
Okay, cool.
But it's also a murder mystery. and it's a good murder mystery. Like they do a good job with that aspect of it. Sometimes it's really hard to do a comedy that has a mystery element to it because one's always going to work better than the other. And I think they leaned a little bit harder into the mystery than the comedy. It's not like there's no jokes that you're going to laugh at them. It's not that kind of comedy.
Right.
But
the other kind of comedy.
the kind of comedy, like
the
how
drama,
if you watch,
drama, I think it's called.
If you watch
I
the
recognize
Emmys,
a joke is being told.
Yeah. That is literally 90% of every comedy out there right now.
It's kind of, yeah. Fletch is like that too.
Yeah. It's like, I understand. These are jokes in this serious situation, but they're jokes.
It's hard to write funny jokes. It just is, and in a movie situations, it's even harder. I think I think Fletch would have been better if the jokes were better.
Yeah.
So Vengeance sounds good. 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, I see. So I can convince Mrs. Chibi to watch it. So I'm gonna. How do I watch that?
I watched it on Peacock.
Oh.
which is cheaper now than it's been in a long time.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah, I'm sure you could rent it though. Probably for like $3.
I'll keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, that's a good movie. I think you would like it though. I think it's a good character study if you want to get highfalutin about it.
You're looking for a good character study.
If you're looking for a good character,
we're just talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
No. How about the Munsters? I'm curious about the Munsters.
Who saw that?
As a big Munsters fan from the
I also enjoy the Munsters very much. I enjoy the black and white TV show. And when I saw that the movie was on Netflix, I'm like, I understand, going into this, I understand this is not going to be a good movie.
Because it was on Netflix like in 3 seconds after it came out in the theater?
I don't think it ever came out.
It's Halloween.
Oh, it didn't?
Right?
Oh, sorry.
It didn't come out in the theaters.
Right, my bad.
So there was part of it was like, maybe it'll be an enjoyable bad movie. Like maybe this is something that, like Fletch Lives is an enjoyable bad movie.
We're only going to compare things to versions of Fletch.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Not too many to choose from.
I like Fletch Lives. I don't think it's a good movie, but I enjoy.
Sure, it's the RoboCop 2 of Fletch movies.
Exactly, it's the RoboCop 2. Again, maybe this Munsters movie will be on that level of bad where I can acknowledge that no, I shouldn't recommend this to anybody, but I still enjoyed it. I made it 40 minutes into the Munsters movie.
You bailed on it? You didn't? You stopped watching a movie? That's not common.
Think about how bad.
Because it must have been insulting to the Munsters in a way that you found insulting. Maybe
it was definitely insulting to the Munsters. It was boring. Like that's the big crime, really, more than anything else, is that you have these, people in monster makeup running around, bright colors that you didn't get with the old Munsters, and they couldn't make it interesting.
Yeah.
This is a kids movie or no?
It's PG, rated PG. I think it's probably more than fine for kids.
Okay.
They'll just be bored by it, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, you may want to watch the first 10 minutes on your own just to,
Probably not. Just watch some old Munsters TV shows.
The
TV show was so funny.
Time, so it's like, you watch a lot of Halloween movies with your kids. So
yeah, it's definitely a Halloween movie to watch with the kids. I don't know, maybe a younger child might find this to be like,
they love everything.
Engrossing. Yeah. Like, oh my God, because the colors are the one thing it does really well is the colors are super bright that sometimes you forget that all the backgrounds are made out of cardboard. Oh, it's so cheaply made, this movie. Yeah. It's a cheaply made movie. They put I don't know what they were thinking, but Rob Zombie,
he's a huge Munsters fan. I've heard him on Stern talking about it and how he's been trying to do this for a long time. So it's weird that he fucked it up. But then again, maybe he's not like a great movie maker. Maybe that's it. Anyway, what else have you watched? Speaking of great movies.
The Rise of the Super Pets. Is that what it's called? The Super Pets movie?
I watched it too. I don't know if that's what it's called or not.
Yeah. Did you like it?
I liked it well enough.
Mm-hmm.
You made it to the end though, unlike the Munsters.
Well, I watched that with my son, and he thought it was like the greatest movie ever made. And
but that's every movie until
my kids liked it. It wasn't.
Next one.
Yeah, it was. The turtle was good.
Super Turtle.
Mhm.
Who has a super turtle?
Merton, Flash.
M-
Come on.
Yeah, Mervin the turtle.
Merton.
Merton. Natasha Lyonne voiced turtle.
It's very unusual for a kids movie to be bleeping out curse words.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, it's a
And
joke
the turtle.
in itself.
Yeah.
I will. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a better than average kids movie about
Mhm.
superheroes pets.
Yeah.
We played the video game too because
Oh.
that's on Game Pass as well. That's not terrible. It's
That's
a
the-
on rails shooter. Like
Mhm.
you're flying around as either Ace or Crypto, yes, and shooting things that come up on the screen. So it works. It works for this.
Yay, Super Pets.
Yep. Go Super Pets. Can't wait for Super Pets 2.
And there will be, I'm sure.
We started watching a couple TV shows. We started watching Primal on HBO Max, which is it's like a caveman anime, basically. Have you seen
so
that?
you that when
It's
I saw
old.
that on there, I'm like, the cartoon?
Yeah,
I was
it's
surprised that
old.
you
I
were
guess it's a couple of years old.
Yeah.
It's very
That's good.
violent. It's very violent, but stylish and has a
from,
heart.
Isn't it Jenny Tarkovsky, right?
I didn't even attempt to say that dude's name.
I'm sure it is because he does everything.
Yeah,
His
he's
name's in the
quite
title.
talented. Yeah. He did
Hotel Transylvania 4.
Yes, he did.
We just
Oh.
watched
He
that
also-
too.
He also did Samurai Jack.
Is his name in the title of that?
But really, Hotel Transylvania 4 is his
Crowning
His
achievement.
magnum opus.
Yeah. You know you're good on the Hotel Transylvania is when Adam Sandler doesn't even show up.
Did he do Transylvania 4? I
Who?
feel like Jenny Tarkovsky. I thought
Yes.
he bailed on that. He did do it.
His
Okay.
name definitely came up on the credits.
Okay, yeah, because he created those characters as well.
Dracula.
He created Dracula.
Good. It was good.
Those
good creation.
versions of those characters. Is that better?
Annoying Dracula.
Well, it's basically it's very much his Foster's characters
Yeah,
just turned into the Hotel Transylvania, right?
he's a talented guy. Did you ever see the
absolutely.
footage? Did you ever see the footage of the Popeye movie that he started but was never released?
Yeah, I did see that.
That's good stuff too.
Well, why don't you guys watch Primal? It's good. We watched like 2 or 3 episodes. It's very good. Even we're watching it. The whole family's watching it, and they're only 22 minutes each.
Did they ever call it a caveman anime at any time?
No,
They should.
there's no
No.
talking in it because it's cavemen.
Caveman anime.
Anyway, it's good.
Get outta
Should watch
here.
it. We also started and finished the 3-part series on Hulu called Victoria's Secret Angels and Demons, which is about the rise and fall of Victoria's Secret. I don't know. I didn't really know about any of that shit that went on. I didn't really realize that Victoria's Secret fell out of favor and like became like not a hot brand. They used to be like they used to own the lingerie market, and then they didn't. And also Jeffrey Epstein is involved. So it's pretty cool to read about all that or to watch all about all that.
They're still
And,
around, right?
What's that?
They're still around.
They're still around, but like
Okay.
they fucking crashed and burned. And like Rihanna's lingerie company is now the hot shit.
Fenty.
Yes, they're opening up one in Roosevelt Field, I saw. Which is how you know it's hot shit. Because we got
She's
all the
doing
hot
the
shit.
halftime show this year.
That's also hot shit. Anyway, it's pretty interesting. It's three parts. It's you get to watch a lot of pretty women in their underwear.
I figured that was part of this
In 4K.
this documentary. It would be really weird if the documentary did not have any of that.
Yes, but it's
It's a
all
good
it's
choice.
you know, the too long didn't watch is, hey, it's a company, who sells women's underwear, and it's, guess what? It's run by old white men. And also sexual harassment. And how about Jeffrey Epstein's involvement as well? And how come Jeffrey Epstein had power of attorney over the guy who, Les Wexner from Ohio, Ohio's most famous billionaire. You know that guy, Ship?
I know the name. I don't know him personally.
So he's the guy that owns Victoria's Secret and The Limited and Bed Bath and Beyond and whatever.
Yeah, all the places that are going out of business.
Exactly. Anyway, it was an entertaining documentary. What else we got here? Books? Somebody's reading books?
Oh,
I read books. Guess who's reading books? Sorry.
Yep.
Go ahead,
I
Wombat.
have to add something.
A book?
Not a book, a show.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Somebody say something.
Okay. I've been watching Supernatural on Disney Plus, Super/Natural, the animal documentary, narrated by Benedict Cumberbatch. It's really cool and totally worth your time if you're into shows about animals. They got some insane footage of animals with, the cameras that they have these days are just crazy.
There are animals in this show.
There are animals in the show. You see really cool footage of these animals doing animal things.
If you like animals,
I totally recommend it.
What's it called?
Super/Natural. Not to be confused with the CW show.
Right. That's what I thought it was at first.
Yeah. I know. That's why I had to do the slash thing. But it's really good. It's on Disney Plus. It's, in 4K. It looks fantastic.
All right. I like that. But I don't watch.
Especially, you get in the right headspace and you put that crap on.
Yeah.
It's good night. That's good night.
Yeah. We don't watch that.
Okay.
Anyway, what else?
Come on, nerd. Tell us about reading.
Sure. I've got like 10 pages left of Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, this book.
I never heard of it.
It's a book of fiction.
Mm-hmm.
And it's based around game developers, like an indie game developer. And it's got relationships in there. There's characters you can study if you want to do that.
Is it funny?
There are jokes where you don't laugh at.
I didn't laugh at it.
Right.
It's got the depression in there. It's got that going.
So it's realistic.
What it is interesting about it is that although it's about video games and fictional video games, it's not like pandering to that, right? Like the things it says about gaming, it doesn't have like, and here's a list of gaming things like
Ready Player One,
right. It's a much higher level of writing to that. But it still has video game references that you can that you can understand what they are. And like, I'm sure you can name me a video game that you think would be referenced in this book.
Pac-Man.
Pong.
Yes. I think Pong too. Definitely Pac-Man. What about another one?
Donkey Kong.
Yes.
That's what I was going to say. I'm tapped.
Yeah. There's a whole section about giving him a tie so you don't see his dick. Is as good design. So,
it sounds funny. All right. Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. What's that a reference to? I'll get to it tomorrow.
It's a reference to a Shakespeare quote.
I'm classic.
He's also a person who wrote books.
Nice.
It's good though. I am enjoying it.
Technically, he wrote plays.
Right. In book form.
I don't know. I mean,
on a scroll.
Yeah. I don't know. I originally thought it was going to be, oh gosh. You guys ever read Vonnegut? His stuff?
No.
You guys should check out Vonnegut sometime. He's a really hot upcoming author.
Right. We talked about him last week or last show.
We did.
Yeah. I thought he has a short story called Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, which is probably also a reference to the Shakespeare.
Very cool. All right.
And that'll be the last time I talk about books with you two.
I'll read some books. I haven't read any books in a while.
I haven't read a book in forever, but isn't that sad?
They're there.
Yes,
you can read them.
They're very good.
Yeah, they're great.
That books are what's for dinner.
Yes. Let's there's probably not much. Is there do we have a lot to talk about new releases or
is that
what?
English?
It's sort of English.
Where's theirs now? Here's theirs?
This pond's this bad piece, yeah.
What was that?
I don't know.
I got dropped, bitch.
Let's Build a Zoo.
Sorry. What?
I played a little bit of Let's Build a Zoo. I found it to be a little frustrating, and for a game that's on Game Pass, a little bit frustrating is enough for me to kind of move on.
Is Matt Damon in this?
I thought it was going to be a little simpler
It's very
more.
complex. I've played a little bit of it before,
Yeah.
and it's a little bit much.
It looks cartoony. It looks like it's.
It does, but there's lots.
There's
trap.
like 900 button controls, and they don't all work well. And sometimes, like, oh, I built a little strip, like, oh, build some grass area to put your bunnies down. So I built first of all, it took me a little while to figure out how to even close off the enclosure. And then I build it, I put bunnies in. I'm like, hey, you can make your park bigger. I'm like, great. Can I make this enclosure bigger? And there's no button to let you edit your enclosure. And then I went into the menu, like, put down a whatever hut. And I'm like, oh, I should put down a whatever hut. And I go and open the menu and I highlight whatever hut. And I hit the button on whatever hut. And you know how sometimes in those games, then it has like the sort of translucent version of it on your map and you can move it around. It didn't do that. It just auto placed it right in the middle. And I'm like, I don't want this whatever hut in the middle. Can I edit where it is and move it after I place it? If you can, I don't know. It was just very frustrating.
You probably can. It's just there's a lot. There's that game, like the
it's
graphics
needlessly complicated.
Yeah, like it tricks you. Like, let's build a zoo. It's like, oh, maybe the kids will like this. This is, and it's like, nope.
Maybe this will be. Yeah, I'm thinking this is like a good, like, you know, a palate cleanser game. Like in between other games, I could build a little zoo and it'll be cute and fun. Turns out, no, this is a frustrating pain in the ass. And I deleted it quite quickly.
Maybe you were looking for either Bunny Park or Lemon Cake. Those were also two farming / bunny games that came out this week.
It's quite possible.
I know both of those are going to be hitting my household here soon.
Nice.
We also checked out Paw Patrol Grand Prix. That's on Game Pass. I really like that Game Pass puts all these kids games on there.
Smart for them.
No way am I paying $50 for this Paw Patrol game, right? But it's got because it's got minimal gameplay. Like the amount of game that's there is not much.
Is
right?
this like Mario Kart but with Paw Patrol?
Yeah, that's what this is. It's a kart racing game with the Paw Patrol characters, and
does it have the gray dog with the green hat?
Rocky. That's who you play as, or that's who Dashiell played as to begin with.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Like you start a I don't know, a campaign or whatever, and it's like, pick your dog. You can't change until you're done with this campaign. It's like, well, that's a really why are you
that adds replayability?
Yeah, why are you limiting these 5-year-olds from being able to, like, oh, it's a new race, let me choose a new dog? But I don't know.
It adds hours of gameplay.
Right. It is not terrible, and it gets the job done for a Paw Patrol kart racer that is on Game Pass.
Woot.
Have
Yep.
you played any Dakar Desert Rally? That came out this week too.
No, I've never played any of the Dakar Desert Rally games, I don't believe.
Yeah,
Are you a big Dakar guy?
No,
Is that
but
your cologne of choice?
Yeah. Dakar Noir. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yes.
I could see you as a big Dakar guy.
Yeah. I mean, nothing smells better when you're wearing a Tigre shirt than and a members only jacket and some Z Cavarici pants.
Did you ever have a bottle of it?
I must have. I'm gonna say yes.
You must have.
Must have. Yeah. I mean, I was always more of an Old Spice guy personally, but I'm sure I had.
Oh, okay. You're an Old Spice guy.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still an Old Spice guy?
Yeah, a little bit. I have a whole bunch of colognes in the house, actually. I have like a whole shelf of them because when we used to work in the office, we used to get sent cologne like every week. So it just kind of like a bottle would make the rotation back to my desk.
Was it gay cologne or straight cologne?
Both.
There's such thing as gay cologne?
Yeah, sure. No, of course not.
I don't even know if you're kidding or I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
Just cologne.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I have a whole bunch of cologne in the house.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got in new releases?
I think that's it. Cologne.
Sand.
Mm-hmm.
Overwatch 2. Should we talk about that later?
I think we'll talk about let's do.
We can talk about that and what we be playing in your news
Yeah.
and stuff and whatnot.
We could do our shopping news word from our sponsor and then go right into it.
What's the shopping news that we have?
There isn't any. It's a word from our sponsor.
Awesome.
And now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. It can be tough to train your brain in problem-solving mode when faced with a challenge in life. But when you learn how to find your own solutions, there's no better feeling. A therapist can help you become a better problem solver, making it easier to accomplish your goals, no matter how big or small. Therapy is very helpful and useful for so many people. It can help you unload stress with emotional healing. It can help with anxiety and depression to help you feel more like yourself, less stressed, and more confident. If you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, accessible, affordable, and entirely online. Get matched with a therapist after filling out a brief survey and switch therapists at any time. When you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/CAGcast today and get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/CAGcast.
That's our new segue.
Yeah. No, it's good.
What do you call that? You call that is that like a name for that?
A drop?
Not a drop. Stinger.
Yeah,
Stinger.
Nice. Yep. You're right.
I knew there was a name. All right. It's time for GBD's Wombats Fortnightly News.
There was a big Fortnite update on Tuesday. What? Fortnite updates? Oh my God. It's pretty cool.
There was another one?
Sounds
Not a new
cool.
season, just an update.
Yeah.
But they changed one of the POIs completely. Now it's a big haunted house getting ready for Fortnitemares. I like Fortnitemares. Starts on the 18th. Very excited.
Great.
Yeah.
Point of interest, is that this acronym that you're throwing around?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just let it go, not knowing. I was fine not knowing.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, those are the places on the map that have like names in them.
Yeah,
like
we figured it out.
Risky Reels and
Right.
yeah. The Daily Bugle was there for a while.
Right.
You know what that is.
What, the Daily Bugle?
Mm-hmm.
I do know what that is. I guess the big news this week is that GameSpot got sold. It's like pretty big. And Metacritic and TV Guide and Giant Bomb and a couple other sites.
GameFAQs.
GameFAQs, right? Sorry, Comic Vine for $50 million, which I guess was a lot less than. I guess all those companies got sold before, or some of them did.
Yes.
Like 3 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
The craziest
Somewhere
one on
in
there, though, is TV Guide. It's funny because literally 4 days ago, before this happened, my wife and I were talking about TV Guide and if we had TV Guide as a kid and how big a deal the TV Guide was, in the old days, the pre-internet days.
We ignored it in our house.
Yes, but now to
We
see
went with
that
the free newspaper listings.
yeah, well, yes, also free newspaper listings was that was
TV
actually
Guide's
part of the
downfall.
that was part of the conversation. It was like, did you have a TV Guide? Did you have the TV listings? That was. But anyway,
Did you have a TV?
You have a TV, but it's just crazy to see how TV Guide was once like a huge, major national publication. It's now like a little blip on the bottom of this headline about fandom buying GameSpot and Metacritic. It's just interesting to me.
It's not very much money when I look at it.
For what they got, it's both a large and small amount at the same time.
Compared to what they paid 3 years ago, apparently it's a lot less than that. Whatever the company's been paid for it before. Ooh,
wasn't it Viacom?
that was nasty.
At one point it was CBS, right? Own them, and then who used to own
Red
GameFAQs?
Ventures is the one that bought them 3 years ago.
Yeah, CNET used to own like GameFAQs and everything at one point as well. So
everyone owned something at some point. I think. Well, GameSpot and obviously Giant Bomb was its own was separate from GameSpot originally too.
I guess all those guys leaving, I guess they kind of knew this was coming.
Maybe.
Or they were smart. Maybe it'll all just be fine. How about that? How about not, though? Apparently, these guys fuck everything up, fandom, but maybe
Apparently, well, fandom, I think, had massive layoffs like the day before this was announced.
not. Oh, well, yeah, they got to come up with that 50 mil.
Yeah.
They keep paying all these people.
And I heard that they shelved the Batgirl movie.
Fandom did? No. Fandom, call me. Call me, fandom. The other big news was that Google Stadia shut down.
Yep. That's crazy.
Which it was rumored. Remember, like just like a month ago, it was rumored that it was shutting down, and they were like on Twitter, like, no, we're not shutting down. And then we even talked about it on the show. We're like, did we talk about this already? I feel like we talked about this already.
No, we haven't talked about it. I mean, we've been talking about it since for 2 years or however long they've been around. Did we ever figure out what a Stadia was?
It's like a Stadia. It's like a stadium.
It's probably Latin for stadium.
No. I mean, what this product was.
Okay, so it was a controller.
It was an online store where you bought games, but you didn't
where
really
did you
own
play
them.
the games?
On your
through the
television.
cloud.
Yeah.
Through what though?
Through your Google
controller.
device.
Wasn't it a controller?
So
no, the
you had to have,
Chromecast. Chromecast.
You had a Chromecast thing that this thing played through.
Yeah.
Yes. And you paid $50 to play Ubisoft
Yeah, you paid full price to play a game
that you didn't own.
That you didn't own even locally on a hard
and it was
drive.
on the cloud. Yeah, and it was on the cloud only. So if the cloud ever went away, you would lose your game. And that's what's happening. But everyone's getting all their games refunded or something.
That's crazy. And the hardware. That is fucking crazy. I can't believe those bastards did it.
They're like, you know what? Screw it. Okay, this sucks. We're
there weren't
sorry.
that many of you, so we can.
Right.
So
it wasn't like
your stuff
Xbox when all the Xboxes broke and they had to.
I mean, they
fix
couldn't
them.
even find whales to keep this thing going, right? Like, that's part of the problem with this. Like, the strategy here of not like, if you do this route, you need to have games that are like constantly giving the microtransactions, right? This needs to be like a phone games type of thing where
you need to be fueling.
You need to be
fire.
fueling this with your whales, not, hey, somebody bought a $60 game and they're playing it on the service. Like that's already here, right? Like there's already plenty of other places that people already established playing their games in.
Yeah,
So,
we all agree that the business plan was not good.
Now the thing is, Amazon has this same thing going on still right now, right?
Theirs is different though, because theirs is based on, it's more of a subscription model where there's different tiers.
Amazon's makes more sense in the business side of things, right? Also,
more sense,
Amazon
but maybe not all the
doesn't
sense.
shut things down as quickly as Google does. Like Google puts stuff out there and then shuts it down after 2 years, like constantly, right?
Was the Ouya Google or is that something else?
That was a Kickstarter.
His own thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That was Kickstarter.
Yeah, good for
Remember
them.
that?
Right?
Yeah.
I can't say anything bad about Ouya, really. Like, they kickstarted something, it got really big out of nowhere.
Then it died. They did just
like,
as well as Google did.
Right.
Better maybe. Yeah.
I would probably
better than Google.
Yeah, Google had to spend a shitload of money to lose all that money.
That's going to be the biography of the founder of Ouya. I did better than Google.
Right. And they started a whole, like, it was an ill-fated thing, but it was the whole micro console concept, right? Like, there was all kinds of like competitors that were trying to capture that market that didn't exist.
Like the Stadia.
Right. They're trying to make a market that maybe doesn't need to exist. That's sort of the problem.
That in television's still coming out, right?
Oh yeah. It's a good thing you canceled that pre-order when you did. Has there been any updates, any news on that at all?
I'm sure. Let me see here.
You would know.
It's not coming out. It's not coming out. They're going to be making shoes, speaker shoes.
Last update I got was from August 30th. It's Bill Adam from CEO of Intellivision. He'd planned to respond sooner with the company status.
Who's busy though?
Yeah, it seems
volunteers at a table
production
tennis club.
Pipeline bugs and delayed this update.
Pipeline bugs.
Yep.
Hate those. You got to hire an exterminator. Getting those pipelines all clogged up.
This is one of the things that like makes, if you're interested in the games, makes sense here at least. Like, one of the bullet points here is like they've got another partnership deal in place that will ensure that two of their most anticipated IPs will be available across multiple platforms as well as Amico.
That makes you want to buy an Amico right away.
Yeah.
Really selling it. Oh, well, it's hard. The video game business is pretty hard.
I
Especially if you
guess.
wanna
I don't
make
know.
consoles.
Atari found a way to come back.
What? Did they?
I don't know.
I-
Speaker hats.
They're doing things.
They're doing stuff.
think
I don't know
they're
how
beyond the speaker hats now. I think
They
Yeah, those were
they're
clearanced
actually
out.
trying to make games that are decent.
Well, that's
and
what they
sell-
should be doing. I mean, that
and
makes
sell
sense.
items,
That makes more
right?
sense than the speaker hats.
I think
mean-
you sell speaker hats until you have enough money to make decent games.
Dude, those things got put on clearance.
Yeah,
You paid like $20 for it.
They changed regimes
Mhm.
during that time period,
Right.
so it's the speaker hats are not their future.
Good.
Believe it or
No.
not.
I don't think so.
Let's talk about Overwatch 2, which came
Now,
out.
did you actually get to play Overwatch 2?
I did.
How is it?
I mean, it wasn't that you didn't have to wait that long to get in. Like a couple minutes, maybe.
When it said 20, my place in line was 20,000. I said, "Oh, maybe this isn't for me."
Oh, mine. I never. Oh, you know what? I get the priority queue maybe because I own the original game. Meanwhile, it just made me sad. Like loading this up, like slapping a 2 on this. Same fucking thing. Like it's just like there's more menus and it's more confusing shit, and now there's a battle pass. It's hard. I played 2 matches. It's really hard to get excited about. It does not feel like a new game. It's to call it a sequel is like.
So let's can we talk about Overwatch for a second here?
That's what we're talking
Yeah.
about.
I know. Here's what's crazy about this: is that when this game came out,
Yes,
it was gigantic.
huge.
We're talking action figures. We're
It
talking Lego
took,
sets.
Took too long for those action figures to come out, but yes,
Action figures, Lego sets,
Nerf
Yeah.
guns.
Nerf guns. I mean, even Fortnite doesn't have a Lego set.
pops. So many pops.
Yeah, pops.
Fortnite has off-brand Lego sets,
Nope, they don't.
right? They don't.
Nope.
What's going on there? That's a game about building.
I know.
They can't get a deal going with Mega Blocks here or anything.
Nope, no Mega Blocks, no Legos. But
Combat.
Overwatch,
What's happening?
They're probably
They
probably
make it-
waiting
they
for a
make-
better split on Lego.
they
They're
make
trying to
good.
ride them out.
They make good action figures. I can't complain.
Is
about
Epic
Fortnite
is
just-
Epic gonna sue Lego here soon? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, it's probably on the agenda. So
Huge.
how do you drop that sort of that ball of having a property that seems to have so much value, not just as the game itself, but even outside the game? I mean, that's
It's even worse
the
than
dream,
that.
right?
It's
That's
worse
the
than that.
dream.
It's worse than that because the whole fucking corporate culture at Activision was like, hey, let's just focus on these few big franchises that we have. We're going to stop putting out these smaller games. Let's focus on our World of Warcraft, our Overwatch, our big fucking title, our Call of Duty, all that shit. And yet still, it's like hardly an iteration, right? I mean, like it's a slightly different version of Overwatch. And it's not exciting at all. Like,
what is the problem calling it Overwatch 2? Should they?
the problem is it's fucking. They should have looked at all the games that were going on alongside of them and saying, "Hey, look what they're doing to engage the community, and maybe see like how we can make that work inside Overwatch." Instead, they took fucking way too long, and I don't know. It just looks like they added a battle pass and like another mode, like player versus everyone mode. I don't know. It's not. It didn't. It's not going to get me to play it over Apex Legends. And I certainly put in plenty of hours of the first Overwatch game.
as we know.
So I don't know. It's pretty disappointing.
This is the game that killed Lawbreakers.
I'm curious to what like big Overwatch fans think about it. I haven't read anything, any writing about it or anybody's impressions about it.
I
But-
saw that there are many fans that are upset because it's now canon that the soldier guy is gay. People are pissed about that.
I mean, if that's your biggest complaint, then I guess that's probably good because that means you like the game otherwise. But I don't know. It just seems like
You go on dates on any of these games
no,
where they're
there's
Mhm.
none of
Yeah.
that shit.
yeah.
Lots of dates. You get to play as Ted Lasso.
Mm.
It's just about collecting stuff. So make sure you get, you fear of missing out. Make sure you get all the skins, the event skins. And now that it's because it's free to play now, like the big transition from Overwatch to Overwatch 2 is now it's a free to play game. So the game itself hasn't changed that much, but now they're not charging for it. So they have to add in all the free to play pay mechanics. So like, that's not making the game better for sure. The kids are excited, like Ty and his friends are excited because it's free and they can just play it without asking mom and dad. But that's not making the game better for the Overwatch fans who already been there from the beginning, or anybody who's, even if you're just getting started. Like, it's only good if you can't afford the $40. They didn't charge full price for the first game, right? Wasn't it like $40? I feel like they never charged full price.
You're the one
for
who bought it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was like $30 or $40 because they didn't have a story mode, and people thought, like, I don't know, maybe I'm rewriting history there. But Ty and his friends seemed excited about it, and they played it. But I don't know. Uneventful, anticlimactic.
I'll continue to play Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 1, 2, and 3.
Is that out? Has that been remastered?
It's been out. No,
oh.
No, it's just on Game Pass, and it is a shooter that I can play with Dashel.
Yes, Ty used to play that, and I used to play it too. It's very good.
They keep adding free stuff to it in the perks section of Game Pass.
Okay.
Have you been getting that stuff?
No. I don't go there.
Check it out. Get some free stuff.
What am I do with that?
I don't know. You're the one who plays the game. I don't know what the stuff does.
More packs, more cards.
Yeah, it's like, oh, look, it's a Venus flytrap that looks like Venus flytrap for WKRP. Yes. Come on, that was a good reference just for you, Ship.
Mm-hmm.
I watched WKRP plenty.
That was rough.
I love whenever the Bengals are on primetime football and I have to wait for the WKRP song to play, because that's the only. Are we past that yet? Soon? Because I feel like people don't know what that reference is during the football game anymore, and that's the only thing they can reference about Cincinnati.
Nah, you're going to be stuck with that forever until there's something else.
Why don't you be the change, Ship? Come up with something better.
You have to come up with a TV show based in Cincinnati better than WKRP.
No, he just needs the song. He just needs a song. Good song about Cincinnati.
Baby.
Get your boy Isbell on that.
Ever wondered?
Yeah, he hasn't written a song about Cincinnati.
Wondered
See?
Whatever became of me.
Uh-huh.
I'm living on the air in Cincinnati. Cincinnati, WKRP. Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan, let me rock it, Shaka Khan. Let me rock it, that's all I wanna do. Shaka Khan, let me rock it, Shaka Khan. Let me rock it, got a feel for you.
Great.
Welcome to the musical interlude. Everybody's favorite part of the show.
Yep.
Should we move on to the other big news from Nintendo? No more titties on that Nintendo Switch.
They found out. They found out about it.
They missed these hundreds of games that were coming out with the titties.
I feel like this is our fault. Like they were listening to our show. Reggie was sitting there. It was probably Reggie listening to our show.
Reggie doesn't work there anymore.
I know, but then he was like, wait a minute, they have what there? And he picked up the red phone that he has in his retirement office. And he was like, get me whoever's in charge of Bowser.
Why would he care?
Get me Bowser. And he got Bowser on the phone. He said, Bowser. And Bowser said, what? Titties?
No, it's more likely that he was jerking off to the games. And then when he finished, he called. Anyway, so it's done.
Bowser.
It sounds like Whip Smart Spank Banky is on its last legs. It's having trouble. Nintendo found out. I guess.
Do you think
what
are
they doing? I know that I saw that they're banning things like from getting certified to go on the store. Are they going back and removing?
No way, because then they got to give money back.
Oh, yeah.
So they're not doing that. Nintendo's super cheap.
Well, do you think they'll remove them from the store?
Yes.
Though?
Yes. I think they'll remove them from the store, and they will let the people keep them, because that's the only move. That's
do you think you'd be able to re-download them if you bought them?
Yes. They don't want to give the money back. I'm pretty sure about that. So I think that's what they're going to do. It's the easiest path of least resistance, and you get to keep the money. So I think that's where they're going. Right, Reg?
Right.
So I guess you're just resigned to playing these. Like Steam
They're
banned a
fine.
game. No, but they banned a game that came out on Switch still.
Do they?
Yeah.
It must have had some violence in it or something, and nudity. It must have been like sexual violence or something. No. We'll have to do some research on that.
Could be. I know because I got a email about it, a
Press
PR
release?
email about it. That's like banned on Steam, but we're still coming for Switch.
That doesn't sound right at all. I think somebody at Nintendo got that press release and were like, wait, what the fuck is going on here? How could that be?
I believe that.
Yeah, so I'm surprised it took this long. It was a good run for those titties, though. I mean, they put out a lot of
I
questionable
can't believe that
games.
was actually on there.
So many games that you can say that about. Can't believe when Whipsmart would send me these screenshots from the games. I'm like, this is in the game, right? He's like, yes. This is not like some artistic interpretation. This is actual naked boobies in a Nintendo game, a Nintendo console, sold on a Nintendo store with a Nintendo seal of quality. All right. I think we're up to the CAG bag. We've got one from Jamal here. He writes in, he says, what are your thoughts about the rumored Horizon remake? Why is this $70 Horizon remake? I don't understand why people are so mad. No one is forcing them to buy it. I did notice
it. Oh, I was gonna say the game. It feels like it just came out. To remaster a game that's a fairly new game is just sort of weird. What's the point?
To make money.
I know that
it's cheap. Cheap way to make money. I mean, Jim Ryan was trending on Twitter because of this, like, because people were complaining so much. They thought it was like, it became a meme, like that they were just going to remaster everything, like 7 ways till Sunday.
Which they probably plan on doing.
Look, sure. I mean, it's business. They're going to make money. They're also going to put out new games, but we're in a sort of well, it takes a long time, as we know, and certainly COVID fucked everything up, so it's making it take longer. And 4K takes longer. I don't know. They said it's going to take longer to make games on PlayStation 5.
Isn't the first one already in 4K?
The first Horizon
came out in 2017, right?
It wouldn't be like at a decent frame rate for sure, but I don't know. They can.
I mean,
it's
how much different is it going to look?
Well, that's a good question. Certainly, they'll add like stuff like ray tracing, but yeah, I mean, look, it's an easy. It's a cash grab.
Ray tracing. I want to play as the girl as Aloy.
That's good. It's a cash grab for sure, but it's effective. Like the system works. It doesn't affect you negatively. Like if you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. Just buy something else. It's not like
it gives people the opportunity to buy a better version of a game, and maybe they haven't played it yet.
Sure.
And they're like, okay, I'll buy the new version of it.
It really
I don't really
wasn't
have a big
stopping.
Problem with. I think it's funny. Like,
sure,
it's
but
funny,
it's not
but
affecting.
I don't have a problem with it. It's not affecting me in any way.
No, it's not preventing other games.
I'm not going to go on Twitter and be like, I can't believe this is happening. How dare you? I'm burning my PS5.
People were mad to the point where they were just like. Did
you sign up for the new PS5 rewards or whatever, the PlayStation rewards?
I don't have PS5, but I don't know. Probably not.
Did you ship? You get
what do I get?
You get like points for playing games, and eventually they're gonna have stuff that for you to exchange your points for.
Money? Can I exchange them for money?
I like know.
Microsoft's version of it where
you exchange it for money.
I mean, it's all tied into the Microsoft ecosystem, and then every month I get $10 in gift cards for just going about my business.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to be as good as that, I'm thinking.
No, I don't think so either, but they're trying.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I see this at?
I believe on the PlayStation website. That's where I signed up for it this morning.
I don't go to the PlayStation. What would make me go to the PlayStation website?
I don't know. I saw it on my Twitter feed, like, oh, this thing launched. And I clicked on the link. And then it said, if you already have a PlayStation account, press here. And I pressed there, and they said, congratulations, you're now enrolled in the program. You have to do these things if you want points. And I said, I'm sure someone's going to do those things. And that was it.
Now take a picture of yourself right now. We'll ask you once a day.
Why do I have to sign up for something?
I don't know. What do I look like?
They already have my info.
They want your
just tie it to my
engagement.
account and then surprise me with points.
That's how they should do it. Yes.
That's against the law. They can't do that. They probably can. All right.
Yeah, I'm sure they can.
Nicholas writes in. He says, started playing Apex Legends to better connect with a brother-in-law, and after 2 nights of playing, I'm still having trouble making headway into the game. I can't tell if it's my age, almost 40, or something else, but I'm still waiting for that moment where the game clicks and I understand the mechanics enough to be decent at the game. I know Cheapy and Wombat play Apex and Fortnite. What made you push through to the point where you were competent and then good at the game? Any resource that you can recommend for increasing my skills overnight? Apex is really fucking complex because of the different character classes. So you sort of have to know the character classes, but also it's just a lot of strategy, and there's plenty of YouTube videos to watch. But at the end of the day, it's a fucking waste of time. Like don't be like studying. It's just, you're only going to be good if you play a lot. It's what you, like anything else, what you put into it. It's basically the amount of time. So, you know, so it's just like one of those things. Like there's people who are playing that game fucking 8 hours a day, and you'll probably be playing against them. So I don't know. It's a lot, but there's plenty of YouTube content you can consume on that. Just pick I would recommend you pick a character you like and then just study that character's tips on YouTube. But it's a waste. Study something else. Why don't you pick up a musical instrument? That's my recommendation.
Try Fortnite. Ask your brother.
A lot easier.
Hey, let's play Fortnite. Yeah, it is. It's a lot easier. Especially if you play no builds. And you can practice on your own in Fortnite a little easier. There's no solos in Apex. So, there you go.
Yeah. Read Ship's book, I would say. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. You don't need to be watching. It's just, when it gets to the point where you're studying how to play the game, you got to really question like what you're trying to get out of it. I mean, it's cool that you're trying to connect with a brother-in-law. How about table tennis? That's a great way to connect, get some exercise.
I feel like he's connecting with a brother-in-law that doesn't live nearby.
How about VR table tennis? Nah, you don't want to do that. Someone's going to get hurt.
Yep.
All right. That's it. That's all.
Sounds
We've said it all. There's nothing left to say except that we will see you next week.
Bread's done.